questions?
Sweet.
You played at Maryland a couple of years ago. What do you remember about going out there?
Liked the place. Beautiful area. We had a good experience up there. They beat us my first year in Florida, and we went up and won the second. Looking forward to being familiar with the place and going back.
What's your initial impressions of them, kind of scouting them the last day or so?
I think they're a team that's in a growth curve similar to us. You see them doing a lot of really good things. I think they're really athletic. Obviously, the results probably haven't been what they wanted, or similar to where we are right now. I think it's two teams that both need a win, and I think both teams are probably going to pour a lot into this one.
You mentioned on Saturday comment about holding teams to less than fewer than 30, and you'd have a pretty good chance. Was that rooted in anything in particular from the game or from what you've seen this season or since you've been here?
No, honestly, Sam, that goes all the way back to my time running this offense at Oregon. I forget the exact number, but in 7 years we were something like 61-2 or something when we scored 31 as an offense. And don't quote me on that precisely, but it was a real high winning percentage when 31 seemed to be the magic number. But again, in certain games you point the finger at one phase of our team, and in other ones it's another one. We've won games 9-6 and 13-10 here, so we just got to put it all together as a team. Just right now, it seems like when we play well in one phase, the other two aren't as good, and vice versa. So we got to put a complete one together as a team.
When you went back and watched, did you come out of it thinking of Adrian the way you talked about him after the game? He played pretty well.
Yeah, I thought Adrian looked more like the Adrian we all expected Saturday. I thought he ran with a purpose, made some really good throws. You're never going to play a perfect game at any position. It's just obvious at quarterback to everybody, since that's where the eyes are when there aren't good plays. And he had a few, I think, that we can still get fixed, but that's a lot closer to the play that we all expect from a player of Adrian's caliber.
Do you think Diedrich had that in him to be able to run as well as he did earlier, or does that show his growth?
I think Diedrich's continuing to get better, and I think he will continue to get better. I think he's getting more comfortable in our scheme and our system. But he had a great game. A lot of his success Saturday was due to some other people too. The offensive line blocked really well. I thought it was our best game. Thought the offensive coaching staff did a good job scheme-wise and getting him in some good situations. We blocked a little better downfield. There was a lot of things that happened that went into that, but obviously Diedrich had his best game.
Were there any instances, Scott, in that game or in the second half where you wish you would have had him on the field?
He was sore today. He got beat up pretty good with some of his carries. We played him as much as we thought we could. There's a couple plays that, we wish there was somebody on the field that might have made one more play here or there. But that's where we are right now. And he didn't get as many carries in the second half. We didn't have as many plays in the second half. And he was getting worn down a little bit. So we were trying to spell him. We had to throw more in the second half. So there were some other things that went into that. But as he keeps going, I think he'll be able to carry more and more of the load.
What did you see from some of the younger guys on the defensive line, and maybe what's that next step for some of those players doing?
Yeah, I mean, there's bright spots there with some of the way some of our young guys have been playing. And several of them have gotten opportunities to get in and get their feet wet in college football, and thought they did a good job. And Ty Robinson stands out from Saturday. He held his own out there. Garrett Nelson keeps playing better and better. And there's guys at different positions that have taken advantage of their chances as well.
What did you think of your kickoff team? I mean, as far as them taking them out of the end zone, what do you want them to do in those situations? I mean, do you want them to fair catch more? How do you address that?
They had a really good kicker, and they had an advantage in that area over us. The kick return, it's unfortunate. We had too many guys on that play running down and occupying blocks instead of getting off blocks and trying to make a play. And then our kicker and our safety need to get it finished, even if it gets by everybody else. So there's things that we have to address. their kicker is really good. I kicked one into the stands, I think, but the hang time was there, and guys were downfield, and I think that we made good decisions when we needed to fair catch it and just make sure we got out onto the field with decent field position.
How much have you looked at Matt Waldock doing kickoff?
We're looking at everybody, and Matt's got a chance. There's a couple other guys that have a chance to help us.
Scott, did you get any more clarity on Carlos? Did that take you by surprise?
Yeah, Carlos was beat up all week with an ankle. He was less than 100% all week, but he did do some practicing, and took me by surprise on game day, yeah.
After you forced the fumble, JoJo forced a fumble earlier in the game, do you feel like one more big play on defense could give up a lot of big plays? Do you feel like maybe creating one more, no sack, no tackle for loss?
Yeah, there's been one more play in a lot of games and situations that would have made the difference. It wasn't defense immediately after that, it was the kick return. And when you get ahead of a team that's a top 15 team, you can't give them anything cheap and easy. And we got all the momentum well into the first quarter and then gave up a kick return. Can't happen. And then we went up 14-10 with 8 or 9 minutes left in the second quarter, and had the wrong leverage on a pass route, and then missed a couple tackles, and they scored, and then we turned it over and they scored again, and really we went toe-to-toe with them the whole first half and went in 2 scores down, and that's where the one play here and one play there can make a difference.
You and Coach Walton both talked about the receivers needing to be where the quarterbacks expect them to be. How have the receivers progressed in that way, and what does that mean exactly? Like what do you mean by that?
Well, if you played football, there's timing to pass routes, there's spacing to pass routes, and for a quarterback to trust to throw things before guys come out of break, they need to be where he's expecting them to be.
How have they improved or progressed in that?
Some have improved and progressed well. Others we're waiting on to have it click for them.
Scott, with your extension the other day, there's a bunch of West coaches that are locked up for a long time. I guess what's that kind of say to you about the coaches in your division?
There's good coaches in this league. Everywhere I've gone, there's been good coaches. Definitely good coaches in this league. I talked about this is where we wanted to be. This is the program that I care about. I'm going to do everything I can to get it fixed, and we're going to get it fixed. One of the other things we all really appreciated about this school and the Big Ten in general is there's some length to coaching tenures in this league, and that's not always the case in a couple other Power 5 leagues. Like I said, I'm grateful to Ronnie and Bill and the leadership on this campus for having faith in us. This was a fix, and we're in the process of getting it fixed, and it's going to happen. But grateful for the people in Nebraska that are as impatient as I am, but that trust us, and grateful to people on campus that trust us as well.
Along those lines, you've had a couple home games now to bring kids in since you announced the expansion project. What kind of response specifically to that have you heard from visitors, visiting recruits that come into home games?
Yeah, guys are excited. The guys we're recruiting for this class right now, get to spend quite a bit of time in a new facility. I think it'll help us even more when there's plans and mock-ups of what it's going to look like done. Then it'll help us even more when we break ground. Then it'll help us even more when it's up and usable. So we'll continue to show guys the facility and resources that they'll have. And listen, recruiting's competitive, so any advantage we can get, we're going to take advantage of.
Has it panned out about how you thought in August with the true freshmen who were going to play this year and guys who weren't quite ready? Or is that something that evolves as the season goes on?
Yeah, that's a ever-moving target, and we've done the best we could. There's a few guys that, knowing some of the injuries that we've had and some of the places where we haven't had enough depth that we think maybe we should have tried to just go ahead and play guys. We tried to play them as they were ready to play, and as we felt like they were prepared to go out and do it. We're going to be glad that we saved the year for some of these guys down the road. But there are a couple spots where we think maybe if we'd have played them, we could have got a little more help. But we got to do what's best for the team first and the kids second, and that's a tightrope that you have to walk sometimes.
Actually, Baldwin was saying when he was on the radio last week that with the guys who get there in the summer, it's just like trying to keep one nostril above the water, I think was his quote sometimes. How tough is that for people to understand, for a guy who gets here in June or July to, be part of it right away?
Well, anybody that sent kids off to college understands that it's not just football they have to deal with. There's other things you have to get used to, functioning on your own and being independent and taking care of school and doing your own laundry and counting on yourself and relying on yourself to make yourself go to bed and not stay up all night when mom used to tell you that. There's a lot of things that go into it. And I tell recruits it's all the time, it's usually how ready they are to be a pro about what they're doing and their maturity level that has as much to do with playing early sometimes as talent. And each kid comes in different, and some are ready to go right away and others not right away but end up being great players, and it's just a little bit different for every kid.
Austin Allen kind of made a comment, like you said, about it being so close to clicking. Pieces are clicking, but not all at the same time. What have you seen from a guy like him, but other players through this, is kind of growing into leadership roles and finding their way as kind of they navigate this whole thing?
Yeah, we still don't have leadership where we need it to be. We have some good leaders, but not enough, and we still have a few pieces that are working against that doesn't help. But we've been really young on offense all year. Some of those guys like Austin and Jack Stoll, Matt Farniak's been a good leader for us all year. Adrian, a lot of those guys are young though, and we'll be in a better place when those guys are senior leaders in charge of everything and setting the standard for everybody.
And you said it's important to have followers as well. How do you teach guys it's okay to be a follower if maybe they're trying to overstep into a leadership role when they need to?
Follower is the wrong word. I don't want followers. I want good teammates. And we're taught by guys that come in and help us, good teammates set the standard. That means doing their job the best they can, 100% every single day. Leadership usually starts when you're able to do that, then brings us one person along with you, and eventually the sphere of influence with that grows, and you're able to bring more and more people along with you. You don't need a whole team of leaders, you just need a whole team of good teammates and several good leaders.
When it comes to that, improving that leadership, in your mind, do they need to be more vocal or maybe hold each other more accountable?
It's bigger than that, and again, I want to focus on Maryland right now, but we need to make sure we clear the path for the kids that want to be great to be leaders, that there's no obstacles in their way of being leaders, and continue to put them in positions where we can challenge them to take charge.
The two guys that are playing for sort of the first time, full-time on the offensive line, Trent and Cam, for each of them, where have you seen, growth in terms of
Yeah, there's definitely some growth that had to take place there. A couple new guys in the middle. Cam especially, haven't played the position for the first time. There's always going to be bumps as you're trying to learn and grow there. Both of them have gotten a lot better as the year's gone along. We were starting out just trying to get the snap to the quarterback at the beginning of the year. There's still some calls and things that we miss once in a while that's going to be easy for Cam Jurgens down the road. But those guys have both improved a lot. I thought they both played their best game on Saturday.
How much do you have to harp on these kids to sleep? Just to do as much sleep as possible so they can recuperate, all those things?
Sleep? Biggest predictor of performance on the field is sleep. And we have guys come in and talk to our people come in and talk to our team about sleep and sleep habits all the time, the right way to do things. Really, a student athlete in the middle of a season needs 8 or 9 hours of sleep a night, and that's hard to get. But that can have a lot to do with performance. And we try to educate guys on it as much as we can. At the end of the day, we can't tuck them into bed at night, and guys have to care enough about their product on the field and the team to make good decisions.
How can you tell somebody's doing what they're supposed to be doing?
It's scientific around here because of Zach and Dave and our trainers. We can monitor it some. We don't try to make that a police state type deal. You have to be in bed at a certain time. We just want to help guys be the best they can be, so we can monitor it, see how they're sleeping, seeing how much sleep they get, and the biggest thing is educating them on how that can affect performance.
Scott, full eligibility is something you talked about with these guys. Do you sense from the seniors that it's kind of a now or never thing, or even from the younger guys that they want those extra practices to help them?
No, you guys do plenty of talking about things like that. For us, we're talking about Maryland. We're focused on practicing and playing the best we can this week.
As you guys are building up, what's the value of a win, positive results after the stretch, just to show that we are moving in that direction? What's that value to you guys?
We just need to win. That's it. I can't put any more on it than that. In some ways, winning's a habit and losing a habit. And I think there's a few too many guys on our team that are conditioned to not win. And we need to flip that and make sure that winning's a habit. But in order to do that, you got to get one. And it's been too many weeks since we've gotten one.
Scott, are you familiar with Mike Locksley very much?
Yeah, I know Mike. You run into a lot of people through coaching circles.
And your thoughts on his offensive philosophy? Obviously, that's what he tried to do.
Good man, good coach.
You guys try to think about their kickoff returns, get 2 returns for touchdown this year. Do you think about strategies for how to handle him based on what happened against Wisconsin?
No, we don't look at it or think about it at all.
So what do you think is important to how you guys deal with him?
We're working on it.